Come on, son.
Well, yeah. Let me mute my phone. Yes, I'm wearing my Buccaneers shirt. The day after, they were shut down big time in a way that they should not have been shut down. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live on a Monday night. Oh, yeah, do that there. It's a tough day to be a Bucs fan. Now, you give the Saints credit. But what in the hell happened yesterday that Tom Brady was shut down that way? And we'll get to that in a second. I'll let you guys on tonight as always, too. And we'll just kind of babble on about, like, college football and everything. I really don't have much. I mean, I'm working on my notes and everything. Going to preview and look at some games, the New Year's Six Bowls, individually, each of the playoff games. We'll look at all that and talk about it, get you guys on. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, everybody. I love y'all. It's good to see you. I have to bring this up. I hate to bring it up. But, man, we got some NFL action. But as a Buccaneers fan, what happened? Just as an NFL fan, Tom Brady was shut out 9-0. What went wrong? Was it a great NOLA defense? New Orleans, Louisiana, right? The Saints. Is Sean Payton and everybody just have that kind of game plan? Did Tom Brady not want to be there? Did the Bucs not want to be there? What went wrong? This was in Tampa Bay, by the way. They got shut out at home. Now, Fournette was hurt. Ronald Jones had to come in and step up. He had 8 carries for 63 yards. Chris Godwin had 6 receptions for 49 yards. The lead receiver for Tampa Bay, the defending Super Bowl champs, who had an offensive onslaught against the Chiefs, brought everything back, and we're halfway through the season, and they get shut down. 6 receptions for 49 yards was the lead receiving record in this game for the Bucs. That was Chris Godwin. Tom Brady, 26 of 48, 214 yards and a pick. No touchdowns. Now, the defense looked amazing. If you're going to give up a field goal, and they gave up 3 of them, it was 3-0 at the end of the first, 6-0 at halftime, 6-0 going into the fourth, and they gave up an extra field goal. For any team out there, college or pro, just football in general, if you're a team, and you're going to hold, if your defense is going to be good enough to hold a team to 3, that's not an issue. The issue is when your offense, even if it's 3-0, you got to be able to answer that with a touchdown or go tie it up. You didn't do that. How? Tom Brady, you look at the statistics here. The last time the Bucs got shut out at home was a 24-0 loss to Eli and the Giants in 2009. Counting yesterday, Tom Brady has now been shut out 3 times in his career, right? The 3 times, counting yesterday, 2003, he was the starter for the Patriots, right? They had drafted him in what, 2001? They shut him out 31-0. 2006, Nick Saban was the head coach for the Dolphins. and beat them 21-0. And then yesterday, 9-0 Saints. Vic 2 says Brady got his ass kicked. Yep. Just go ahead and laugh and gloat. I mean, I'm laughing a little bit. Bucs fan, even before Brady. I was high on Jameis Winston when we first got him. Then, of course, downfall and decline is ridiculous. But what happened? Did they just not want to be there? It's just poor execution? Tom Brady's scratching his head. Bruce Arians is like, what are we doing? The defense looked pretty good. This doesn't just happen. Now, you're going to have losses like this in your career, no matter who you are. Was this just like that? Did the Bucs get comfortable? Did the Buccaneers get comfortable with winning that they played a New Orleans Saints team and ultimately just shut themselves off? Did they get too comfortable? Did the Saints get tired of hearing about it? This, by the way, is the first home loss for Tampa Bay this year. They were 6-0 before yesterday, at least at home. Their other 3 losses were on the road. This is their 4th loss. I don't know what to say about this other than there's a lot to clean up. There's a lot to learn from. And this is not a lack of talent. You know, this is not a lack of talent, obviously. I mean, these are the defending champs. They brought everybody back. This play here, I mean, I won't show footage, but I remember seeing this play. Brady attempts to run for it, coughs up the football in the red zone. Yeah, he ran. He kind of slid a little bit, but he lost the ball. He threw a pick late in the game. He broke a tablet. I mean, this was crazy. I give the Saints props. You know, it says it's a historic shutout. Yeah. It's been quite some time since this happened to Tom Brady. And I don't know if he's actually been shut out as a Super Bowl champion going into the next season. This is historic, and I give the Saints props. But, man, if you're a Bucs fan out there, it's not a good day for you. It's one thing if we would have lost this game, right? Let's say if we had got a field goal in there and it's 9-3. You're like, okay, well, we were able to get something. But now, you didn't score at all. So I'm scratching my head. I don't know what happened. But if, you know, here's my message to the Bucs. Shake it off. Learn from it. And Tom Brady will. That's who he is. He is a winner. He's a competitor. He's going to bounce back from this loss. That's who Tom Brady is. That's who he has been. And that's who he's always going to be. You have a bad day sometimes. Even the best fall. But they rise and they get back up. And they go forward as far as they can to ultimately, you know, win it all for the team and be a champion. That's what they do. That's all I can say about this. I mean, I'm still kind of speechless over this. I know I'm talking quite a bit, but what do you want me to say? It's crazy. Anyway, Bucs just got to shake it off. That's all there is to it. So, moving on from that, I'll go ahead and drop the link. We always love talking college football. Let's just hang out. Let's talk tonight. Talk some college football. Talk some bowl games. Look at it. Jeff says, Brady losing always makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile too, unless he's playing for my team. That's what I said when he got here. I said, you know, everybody hates Tom Brady unless Tom Brady's playing for their team. Then all of a sudden they're hugging his, you know, leg and, you know, they want all over him. You know why? Because they know he can win that franchise the Super Bowl. Now, then again, before he got the Bucs last year, he was in New England for 20 years. But, you know, still, like, he could have took some time off and went to, like, the Packers or something. Packers fans would have loved him. Dolphins fans would have loved him. You hate Tom Brady unless Tom Brady's on your team and he's going to win you a championship. And it's promising, at least at this point. I dropped the link. Anyone's welcome on. What's up, Ugga Boy? What's up, Dominic? Hope Washington beats Philadelphia. They might beat Philly. I don't know. Philly's looking okay. They ain't looking too bad, man. I mean, they're 6-7 now. They are 1-4 at home. But like they've beaten teams like the Saints and the Broncos. They hung in there with the Chargers. They just blew out the Jets. They lost a close one to the Giants. So I mean, I don't know, man. They really haven't played much. They haven't played since the 5th. They didn't play last week. They had their bye week. Jalen Hurts has over 2,000 yards throwing already. And 13 touchdowns, 8 picks. So, what's up, College Football Talk? What's up, Vic, too? Let's give some shout-outs. My boy, Ugga Boy. Dominic, what's up, buddy? Jeff, Roll Tide. Jacob, Nate, LW. Good to see all y'all. Love y'all. Y'all are amazing. You're awesome. Good to see you. Get in here. Let's get some people on. And my good friend Slim Shady, what's up, man? Happy holidays to you.
What's going on, Ballard?
Did I mess up by even talking about this game, man? I mean, I don't.
What game? When I came in, you were griping at Jeff.
Oh, well, I was giving shout-outs, but I was talking about the Bucks game yesterday and what went wrong.
Well, I mean, it's real easy to say what went wrong. Leonard Fournette went down. Chris Godwin went down. Mike Evans went down.
Yep.
I mean, you lose 3 key pieces of your offense like that, it's going to hurt any offense.
Right. And as good as Tom Brady is, he still is in a position where he does kind of need the right tools to get it done sometimes. Not saying that he can't do it all on his own, but
he can't do it all on his own. He's 44 years old.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, that offensive line that he has is.
Listen, it didn't help my case when they won the Super Bowl, but I said it when Brady came in. He's not what he used to be, and he's not going to come in here and light the world up. But they don't need somebody to come in and light the world up. We saw it. They just needed somebody that wasn't going to throw 30 interceptions.
That's fair. What's up, Jeff? Roll Tide.
Veni, veni, Emmanuel, captivum solve Israel.
Amen.
Qui legimit exilio, privatus Dei filio.
I think we're drinking.
We're getting there.
Yeah, man. 5 days. Christmas Day. Had a Christmas thing at the church this weekend. Candlelight service, Christmas with family, whatever event that they had. Went pretty well. And man, I got to work a few days this week, including on Christmas Eve. But it's best time of the year, and I can't believe 2021 is almost over. Honestly, I mean, thank God it wasn't like the hellhole that was last year, which we don't speak of. But I mean, it went by.
In a lot of respects, 2021 was worse than 2020. It all depends on your perspective.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, not to get into political aspects of it, but anyway,
that's not even what I was talking about. Like I said, it all depends on perspective.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it from like the COVID standpoint, I mean, they weren't trying to shut down or anything. I mean, we had everything like I have to wear a mask at work because of it. But outside of companies forcing employees to wear a mask, or maybe still a city out there here or two, it's not, we're practically back to normal life. Like, I give people hugs and high fives at church and everything all the time. It's crowded. And everyone
Well,
seems to be fine.
I mean, I don't even care about the mask thing, and most people don't. But I mean,
Right.
as you know, case in point of saying from a certain perspective, it's worse. More people died from COVID this year than they did last year.
Mm.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
Vic,
never fear, y'all. The federal government's here to save us.
VicTube says, I don't think Brady could win with the Falcons. Listen to me, Vic. Ain't nobody on planet Earth winning with the Falcons right now. So
If the Falcons would find a defense, Matt Ryan would have a Super Bowl. It's as simple as that. And me and Vic have talked about
agree with
this.
that, yeah.
And he agreed with it. Matt Ryan catches so much hate, but I mean, it's the defense that blows all the leads that Matt Ryan gets.
Yeah. I'd say, I mean, he really hasn't changed much since that Super Bowl, if you think about it. I mean, I think what you saw in that 28-3 game was basically what you see with the Falcons today. You know, I mean, they can put the points up, but man, the defense will choke.
A collapse of biblical proportions.
Yeah, right. That's true.
I mean, listen, nobody can name, and I'll really hold this to anybody, and this goes to even big names on TV because I've seen plenty of them try to do it, but I haven't seen anybody do it. Name 15 quarterbacks in the NFL that are better than Matt Ryan, or not better, but there are 15 quarterbacks in the NFL worse than Matt Ryan. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a top 15 quarterback. I think that's worth keeping.
That's true. I would definitely say that. You know, I still don't know if he has a whole lot of time left in him, though. At least with the Falcons, I just I'm trying to figure out if he'll succeed somewhere, but I'm having a feeling maybe his days in Atlanta, I don't want to say they're over, like they're going to get rid of him or anything, because I don't think that's. I just feel like he'd fit in better somewhere else for some reason. I don't know why I feel that way. Probably because of just where the Falcons organization is. But
to me, a perfect landing spot for him, and it seems to be the only real missing piece from them, is Cowboys.
Why was I thinking Dallas too? I mean, it makes sense, but then again, you got to look at the Cowboys and Dak Prescott. It's like,
Well, I mean, it is what it is. They have a great defense. They have some good pieces on offense, but Dak ain't it.
Yeah, that's true.
But unfortunately, they gave Dak a king's ransom, so he's not going anywhere.
Yep. Them's facts. Let's see. UAB beat BYU 31-28. The next games, there's 2 tomorrow. Kent State and Wyoming, UTSA, San Diego State. Now, I will say, UTSA and San Diego State had pretty good seasons. That might be a good one. Kent State and Wyoming, I'm going
to be honest. I've got lint in my belly button that I care more about than those 2 games.
I'm with you there. I'm not. I mean, I already looked at and previewed this one the other day, but the next good one, in my opinion, could be Missouri and Army on Wednesday, and then you got Florida's playing UCF on Thursday, and then you really have a bunch of crap games until next Tuesday. You got teams like West Virginia, Minnesota, Houston at Auburn, Mississippi State, Texas Tech, and go down the list. But There are a lot of crap games here, honestly.
I mean,
But
that's
then
every year.
once you get into the New Year's Six and everything, and even some that are non New Year's Six, but you still have those higher tier teams like in Oregon or Clemson, regardless of record. Um, like, okay, Jeff, your boys playing Clemson, Oregon, and Oklahoma could be interesting. I'd want see this is the poverty and the disappointment. Mayo Bowl, North Carolina disappointed once again, and South Carolina is South Carolina. Now, let me ask, okay, is Spencer Rattler, is he immediate eligibility going to the Gamecocks?
Spencer Rattler's not playing in that game. I know where you're going.
Okay, never mind then.
There's no way he could know their offense that quick.
That's fair.
And I don't think that North Carolina is really as much of a disappointment as everybody has made them out to be. All North Carolina proved is what we saw of them last year is right. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team.
That's true. Yeah, I get you there.
I'm being serious. I
Yeah.
mean, they when they show up, they're on. They can hang with anybody, but they don't show up every week.
I want to see this one here. 7-5 Tennessee, 8-4 Purdue. They favor the Vols by 4.5. This will be a good one here. I'm actually curious. So the Music City Bowl, Tennessee and Purdue. First off, the fact that Tennessee won 7 games, honestly, and look, they lost a lot to the transfer portal. Now they still had quite a bit on the roster, but they had a first-year head coach. They had to fire Jeremy Pruitt and everything based on, some recruiting stuff, buying players, whatever. Like for the offseason that I think the Vols had, or that I know they had, but I think for them to have the record that they did and be where they are after the offseason that they had is actually pretty impressive, in my opinion.
And their offense is legit.
It is.
Now, is the Tennessee fan base going to give him the time to actually build that team? Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, Tennessee and Miami are kind of right there neck and neck on who's going to fire coaches quicker.
Yeah. I mean, Tennessee, as much as they have to fix and everything, I feel like they're also in a position where, they're not screwing around. And if you really mess up in a season, like let's say if they had gone like 3-9 or something like that, they might have put Josh Heupel on the street halfway through. I mean, who knows?
And that would have been completely brain dead retarded.
Well, it would have, but I mean, still at the same time, like, I don't know, man.
It doesn't matter. Outside of a huge, especially considering what's going on at Tennessee, outside of another off the field scandal with the head coach, there's zero. He could have gone 0-12. There's zero excuse to fire him.
That's fair. But I think when I look at this game, though, I do like the Vols this year. I'll give them some props and I'll give them some credit. I think they could get this victory. I mean, when I look at this, Purdue had a good start to the season, but then obviously they played those certain teams, and we saw who they really were. I don't know. I mean, look, Tennessee is scoring more points a game at 38. They're giving up 27. Purdue's scoring 27. They're giving up 20. Purdue's good. Well, first off, they're good in the passing game. Dude, they've only had 83 yards rushing. Their run game is terrible. The spread is 4.5. I do like Tennessee in this game. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what to expect, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just not only beat Purdue. I'm not going to say beat them to the ground or whatever, but they could put some touchdowns on Purdue in this game. They'll give up some points, but I don't think Purdue has enough offense to really keep up. Overall, man, I got a score predict. I mean, maybe a 35-18, something weird like that. But I think Tennessee could ultimately just pull away and just outright, you know, take a shot at Purdue. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible, but I mean, look at Purdue over the last 4 years. They've
Yeah.
also gone out there and stomped teams that you thought they would have absolutely no chance at.
Ohio State in like 2018 or 17, whenever it was, right? That came
Yeah,
up
so
out of nowhere.
well, and that's not the only one. So I mean, when Purdue can put it all together and have a good day, you know, they've knocked off, you know, some of the top in college football. So I'm not going to say Purdue can't win it.
Oh no, I think they definitely could. But if I'm going with my own gut, I expect Tennessee to, when you look at it, like their losses aren't even that bad. I mean, they lost to teams like Georgia, Bama. I'm trying to think. Didn't they lose to Florida? I know Florida's kind of been rough with the Dan Mullen stuff, but to close it out for Tennessee, I mean, to win your last two games, especially beating South Alabama, which is nothing. But I mean, that got you, coming off a really tough loss to Georgia, like anybody else in college football. Uh, I mean, to come off that and then dominate the next opponent and get your sixth win to guarantee a bowl spot, and then go beat your rival in Vandy by a few scores, I think that's a good way to close it out. And now here they are in their final game. They're going to play in 10 days. It'll be a 3:00 game on ESPN, and they'll be looking for a bowl victory in Josh Heupel's first year, and they have a legit shot. I think that'd be a really good season for Heupel.
I don't think anybody would argue with that.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll see what happens. Maybe Uncle Lou can stop calling Tennessee a dead program if they can pull this off. I don't know. I guess you got to give them a few more years. I mean, they cannot have a 8-5 with a bowl win and then next year not even make a bowl game or something. Like, they can't be doing that. Like, I think if you're a Volunteer fan, you're not only, hoping for this win here, but you're hoping for some improvement and just some consistency too with Heupel, aren't you? I mean, you have to be.
Well, I mean, unless you keep a consistent coaching staff, it's not going to happen. So I mean, it's on the Tennessee fan base to get a little chill out about them.
Yep. Man, there's some good ones. Mississippi State and Texas Tech, Mike Leach playing one of his former schools. Yeah. I mean,
Now, if he's losing at halftime, do any of the Mississippi State players get locked in a broom closet? Just asking.
I know. That's bad.
Valid question. It's a valid question.
It is a valid question. Gosh, man. How about Purdue in basketball, number 3? They have looked pretty good in men's basketball. I'll say that they've been really good in basketball too. I think it's safe to say Purdue's a basketball school, but I mean, yeah, they're 10-1. They're number 3 behind Baylor, the defending champs who are undefeated, and Duke, who's 10-1. So, and Alabama, what a disappointment they were this week. Dropped 4 spots. Well, they beat Jacksonville State, but they lost big time to Memphis, which I get Memphis is good, but, our defense in that game, man, really killed us. It was 92-78. It wasn't even close. I think for Alabama though, they just lost their accountability or whatever. Because I mean, they were coming off wins over Gonzaga, Miami, Houston. I mean, they were beating some good teams.
Miami's not a good team. Stop it.
I just pointed them out, but really more so, I point credit to Gonzaga and Houston, who were ranked.
Yeah, but no, you pointed. You might have pointed them out because I'm here, but you're trying to lump them in as a good team.
I mean, we were beating
They've
teams
had-
like Drake.
Miami's had like 5 good seasons in basketball ever.
I know. I'll just say it, Slim. Y'all suck.
I mean, basketball's never their thing. It's been football and baseball.
Yeah. Have they been good in baseball too?
As far as I know, they still hold the record for most consecutive appearances in Omaha at like 41 straight.
Holy cow. Wow.
They got 5 national titles in baseball.
Let me Google
that's about my extent of the baseball team. I don't keep up with baseball. I'll freely admit it.
Yeah. And they have what? They have 5 college football titles, at least what I'm reading.
Yeah, they've got 5.
You know, they would have 6, but never mind.
Well, I mean, that's okay. They would have 7 if they beat Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl in '85. They would have 8 if they had beat Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl in '86.
That's true.
They would have 9 if they had beaten Notre Dame at Notre Dame in '88. So, I mean, you can what if that till the cows come home.
I was just taking shots because of our Sugar Bowl together, you know, because I mean, y'all kept running your mouths all week.
Which one? There were 2.
The 93.
Okay, what about the '89 that we won?
All right. Fair.
I mean, they ran their mouths for that one too. So did Alabama.
I know.
I've seen laws. You ain't gonna get under my skin talking about your team. My team beat your team. Okay.
No, I did. You know what I did do though was I brought that game up when I was talking with Trenches the week of the SEC title, because all they were saying was like Obama has this issue or that issue, and I said keep running your mouths. We'll treat you like we did Miami in '93. Like, because I mean, all Georgia fans wanted to talk about was like, and believe me, like just like Miami, I don't blame them. Because, I mean, wasn't Miami, like, they were literally the team to beat that year. Well, Georgia was the team to beat this year. And Alabama in both seasons did it.
Okay, and Tom Brady came cold off the bench and smacked Alabama around in the Orange Bowl. What's your point?
Yeah. Okay. And, I mean...
You win some, you lose some, Ballard. That's how football goes.
I know. I mean, it's life.
Shout out to Jeff for all his enlightening contributions to this conversation.
I thought I just heard him snoring.
Hey, you're very welcome.
Oh, Lordy.
Damn.
I just don't feel the need to comment on Purdue and Tennessee because I don't give a damn.
Right.
Tell us how you really feel, Jeff.
He hates Tennessee. He hates Tennessee, and he couldn't care less for Purdue.
Well, I mean, you know what?
I don't hate Tennessee. I just don't like them. The only schools I hate are Auburn and LSU.
Yeah. Until Tennessee 1,000 years from now beats us, I don't know.
Yeah, my dislike for Georgia is growing. Has grown considerably this year, but I still don't put them at the level of LSU, and nobody is at the level of Auburn.
I could only imagine how much you would hate Georgia and Georgia fans. Imagine if they had beat us last weekend. They would. I wouldn't be on here right now. My channel probably wouldn't even be up. I would have gone in hiding because I would have never heard the end of it.
So, I mean,
I'm just saying.
Ballard, I'm still hearing about the '93 Sugar Bowl that you weren't even alive for. I mean, at least I watched that game.
We beat y'all in week 1, 44-13. See, does that make more sense that it's it's this year's game?
No, it really doesn't, because that's okay. You beat a 7-5 team. What do you want, a cookie?
Yeah, the ones with the Hershey Kisses in the middle. I mean,
no, I think it's like I said at the time. They went in there with a dumb game plan, and Derek King wasn't ready to play. I think it could have been. And I never said that I thought Miami was going to win that game. I think it could have been a closer game if they had just manned up, said, okay, King's knee's not ready, put in Tyler Van Dyke from the get-go.
Yeah.
And at the very least, it would have been a very different season.
LW says Georgia fans eat ketchup on pancakes.
Say it ain't so.
Gross as hell. Oh my god!
I don't know. I don't know. I've heard a Michigan fan talk about cream cheese on pizza. So
that was a good stab at Georgia.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Yep. Pitter patter. Let's see what's up with this game here.
All right, we made it 10-3.
You watching the Bears game?
Yep.
the Bears.
I'm having it on. I'm pulling for Fields, man. I do like him. I know that I made jokes about like how he's systematic, but truly I know that Georgia fans just never. Well, not Georgia fans, but Kirby really screwed Fields, not giving him a fair shot.
Well, I mean, he screwed him as far as playing at Georgia, but I think his college career was just fine.
Oh, no, his career was fine, of course. I mean, he was a Heisman finalist. He led his team to a national title. He would have led him to back-to-back titles if he doesn't throw that pick at the end of the Clemson game and maybe finds a way to score. Now, VicTube, don't make me time you out. You don't disrespect grits, son.
What do you say?
They put sugar on grits. Don't disrespect grits, man. Those are sacred.
I mean, I don't eat grits. The only thing I use them for is kill fire ants.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pour a bunch of grits on a fire ant hill. They expand in their stomach and they blow up.
Ah, there you go.
So it's a good way to kill fire ants.
Did not know that.
Learn something new every day, sir.
There you go.
You all can have your fire ants. They don't survive up here because they can't survive a winter. So I'm grateful for that.
Well, I don't have to worry about them anymore, but when I lived in Florida and Georgia, I did.
Oh yeah. Oh man. The rotten little bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't know grits would kill them. I haven't even seen. I haven't even seen grits with my own eyes for probably 10 years. It's just not served anywhere up here. I mean, grits is the shit that they feed to the hogs. I mean, it's not even fit for human consumption.
Damn.
It's not even fit for human consumption.
No, it's grits and hominy. That's hog shit. You throw that in a slop. You don't eat that.
Sorry to hear that, Ugga boy. Love you, bro. Get better. It's okay.
What?
He said
I
he'd
can't
come
see
on.
comments.
He said he'd come on here, but he says he's feeling kind of sick. So drink some Pepto and hurry up.
Such is life.
Yep.
Well, that's very stimulating, Ballard.
What?
This isn't a negative.
What's stimulating?
Everything you were just talking about,
Oh.
which was absolutely nothing.
Yep. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to kill time, I guess. I mean, I'm ready for these playoff games. I mean, like I said, I'll have to work, but either way, ready to see what happens. And I'll definitely try to get those preview videos out.
Now, you're not going to hide if y'all lose to.
Oh, no.
Cincinnati
I'll
or
come on here and give props and then chew out Alabama. VicTube says Michigan fans put cream cheese on. Oh, God. Damn.
I mean, I'm not opposed to putting some cream cheese on a bagel.
That's what it goes on.
Well, it can go on a lot more than that.
Georgia doesn't have even a single white quarterback on their roster. I don't know. Stetson Bennett looks pale as sand. He says black quarterback. Crimson. Stop.
I mean, what does that? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
He's basically calling Kirby a racist because he doesn't have a black quarterback. Who the hell cares? Seriously, what is that? I mean, okay. Well, he's got quarterbacks on there, don't he? I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to that. Oh, man, you know what? You're right. You make a good point. I ain't seen a... What? Stop it.
Once again, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I don't know.
Should have left it at that.
How do we get on this? Now Vic is saying Alabama's never elected a black senator. Again, even if that's true, what I mean
Oh
my gosh.
I mean, I don't keep up with
And that's a damn lie too, Crimson. They do have a black quarterback on their roster. Nathan Presley. He's a sophomore from Los Angeles.
There you go.
He's never going to play, but he's on the roster.
Well, I mean, apparently, unless you're vertically challenged and a walk-on, you're not going to play. So, apparently, Crimson Brave on here spitting fake news.
And watch this. Watch his position. Look at this.
And alternative facts.
Look at this. Quarterback. Seriously.
Well, now pull up your facts and prove VicTube wrong if you can.
Which one? Alabama has never elected a black senator?
Yeah, I mean, you already proved Crimson Brave was spewing alternative facts and fake news. Go hit up Mike Vick and see if he's spewing the truth or not. Now, if this turns out to be false, Mike Vick, you may have a promising career at CNN in your future.
Oh, come on. Let's see. How do I want to? Damn it, Mike Vick. I think he might be right.
Hey.
I'm seeing a list of African American senators in the United States history. Alabama is not listed.
Now, what about the state Senate? He didn't specify which one, whether it was the federal Senate or the state Senate. So you may be able to get him on a technicality. That's how those Boise State fans claim that they beat Miami's home win streak record was on a technicality. Because they actually lost a game at home, but it was a bowl game.
Now, I will say this. There was a guy in 1870 who was a Republican. He was elected as the first black member of the House of Representatives in Alabama. And then he was elected to the state Senate.
See, there you go.
Oh.
They got
Jeremiah Harrelson.
There you go. State Senate proves VicTube wrong.
Sit down, Vic. You son of a Vic.
VicTube, go put in your application at CNN. You're hired immediately.
This shit is poverty.
He's right about one thing. It's okay, Vic.
Vic can go replace Andrew Cuomo at CNN since they just fired him.
Hey, now, don't give Vic a hard time.
You don't need to hear things like that. You just a boy.
I give everybody a hard time equally. If I didn't, that'd be discrimination, and no such accusations will ever be made of me.
Right. W. I think that asterisk is supposed to cover up like the U or something, if I'm not mistaken. Kirby never let a black quarterback start the entire year. All right, let's just move on from this. I mean, I don't want to sit here and be like who cares if a black guy starts or I don't want to be like that, but come on, now it's just getting a little out of hand. I mean, it was funny to start with, but
it's still funny.
Yeah, it is.
You have to take that kind of stuff with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll drive you nuts.
Yeah. Just get it out, right?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
not to go too deep on the point, but I mean,
Right.
the only way to combat, and I'm sure Crimson Brave's not being serious, neither was Michael Vick, but the only way to combat people that are serious about that kind of crap is just laugh in their face and tell them how stupid they are.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about as far as anything of the sort, like they want to put, diversity quotas on airline pilots, I don't give a shit. I just want the best damn airline pilot if I'm in a plane. I don't want the last guy in his graduating class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want the guy at the top of the class.
That's true, man. You know that the preseason FPI, if you go back and look at it, Alabama had a 73% chance to make the playoffs preseason. Georgia with a 28%. Cincinnati and Michigan. Cincinnati had a 0.3% chance. Michigan had a 0.05. Basically, the FPI preseason did not like Cincinnati or Michigan.
Well,
and obviously, it's changed now.
well, no, not really. I mean, the FPI was right. Cincinnati shouldn't be in the playoffs.
That's true.
I mean, you can't compare their schedule. You can't compare their schedules to anybody else's. I don't care about the Notre Dame win. That's one game.
Well, I'll say this about Cincinnati. First off, they got the 4th seed, which means they were picked last, and we were sitting there waiting to see who it was going to be, which, I mean, at that point, we could have pretty much guessed it. But I'll tell you what, I think if Oklahoma State beats Baylor and you got a Big 12 champ like that, I think Cincinnati is left out.
Oh, they would have been.
Right.
And
you would have had a Power 5 champ.
I mean, and I know there are people that disagree with this, but, like everything else, it's my opinion. UCF was more deserving to be in 2018. 18.
Oh, okay.
Because UCF went undefeated in 17, won their bowl game, went undefeated again in 18. They should have been in the playoffs.
With further win streak and everything. Who
to me, if you're gonna put in a Power 5 team, that's definitely more deserving.
Yeah, but who do we have that year? We had Bama, who played Oklahoma, and Clemson played Notre Dame. But Notre Dame was undefeated. Oklahoma had a loss that year to like Baylor or whoever it was.
Did Notre Dame make it in 18? They might have.
Yeah, because remember they ran the table, got undefeated, and then Clemson blew them out. That was the same year of the 44-16 game.
I'll take your word for it.
I would too.
I really, for some reason, I'm wanting to say they played Ohio State, but maybe it's just those 2 years in a row in 19 and 20. I don't know. You could be right now. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't think you'd lie to me on purpose.
Nah.
VicTube hit Crimson Brave again about starting Dewan Mathis. Get him, VicTube.
Dewan Mathis equals trash.
Well, no, Crimson Brave said that Kirby had never started a black quarterback, and actually, yes, I was watching the game.
Did he start? He started last year to open the season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I bet you.
And he looked terrible.
Oh, I know. You think if Jamie Newman had not opted out, would he have started him, do you think? Because he also, what I remember when he opted out, people said it was probably because he heard something from Kirby or that he wasn't going to start. And I'm
No,
like,
he opted out for COVID, but I mean, I'm not going to try and get into Kirby's psyche on picking who he's picking for quarterback because
yeah.
Most people charge $300 an hour for that kind of psychoanalysis.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
And you would think, being a defensive guy, he'd be able to tell who the better quarterback is, but I don't know.
I didn't even think of it like that. He just knows what he knows on defense, and he's truly, and I've talked quite a bit with Ugga Boy about this. I mean, we talk all the time. He's not, I don't want to say he's a bad head coach, but first off, he's more of a recruiter than he is a head coach. And he's not a complete coach. Now, there's a lot of guys out there that aren't complete coaches. I mean,
I don't agree with that he's more of a recruiter than a coach. And honestly, I think Lou hit the nail on the head. He's trying to win national titles the way Nick Saban did with Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson.
But it's not like that anymore. You got to understand we're in a new era.
And I understand that.
Right.
But look how long into his career it took Nick Saban to get with the program. And people are trying to say Kirby's not a good coach because he's not doing it year 6. I mean, Nick was in like year 20.
That's true. Crimson Brave said, "Don't be surprised if you see JT on the sidelines crying, then get forced in a gump suit while watching Bennett crap the bed."
I'm not entirely convinced Georgia's going to get past Michigan.
I'm not either. In fact, after what I understand that Bama had that kind of game, but truly you could see the struggles, and especially with quarterback. Look, I'm sorry, but if they don't get the right guy in, Aiden Hutchinson and company is going to light them up, and they're not going to be able to score.
It doesn't matter. There's no putting in JT at this point.
There's no point to it.
Outside of unless you have to because Stetson gets hurt.
Now,
everybody's laid their cards down, and Kirby's riding with Stetson Bennett, and he's going to have to ride with him. My question for Georgia is, okay, they cruise through the regular season, and you finally saw him get punched in the mouth by somebody. How are they going to respond to that? So, and it's a very real possibility that Alabama game could beat them twice.
Crimson meant gimp suit.
Yeah, I know what he meant. I read it.
I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, wait, what?
Do you even know what a gimp suit is?
We'll move on.
Huh?
Let's just move on.
So, in other words, no, you don't know. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Do a Google search. You'll figure it out quick.
Well, I know what it is. Oh my God. Uh,
I'm not saying that Georgia can't win the game, Big Two. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, I don't know how Georgia's going to respond after they've been knocked out. I mean, everybody, the whole fan base is going to say, oh, they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, and that's all well and good to say, but you don't know that.
Right.
And let's not act like Michigan's just a pushover either.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said,
I mean, they went out there and absolutely manhandled the team that a lot of Georgia fans were saying would give Georgia the best shot.
Yeah. I said this, that I think that before I know half of the games have been blowouts, like 9 times out of 10 in the playoffs, but I really do think that I think this year the committee, for the first time in a while, without controversy, but also just looking at these teams, I really do think that they're the 4 most complete playoff teams that we've had probably ever.
No, and actually this is probably the most controversial because Cincinnati's in it.
That's fair.
I don't think they have any business. I think that's a slap in the face to a lot of teams.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well go find like a 10-2 or 9-3, right? I mean, at this point, if we're putting
basically putting in Cincinnati with their schedule means let me think of a good way to put this.
Straight the schedule doesn't mean jack squat anymore. It doesn't matter.
No, it means Miami could play Florida State and 11 other cupcakes and get in. Well, okay, everybody might as well play 11 cupcakes and get in. I mean, why be in a conference at that point?
Well, I mean, literally, I mean, beating Houston, who I think already had 2 losses in that title game, at the very least, they were ranked. But then they had the win over Notre Dame. Well, Notre Dame still didn't do all that great this year.
Well, Notre Dame's ranked. Notre Dame's top 10.
Oh, were they top 10 in the final poll?
Notre Dame's like the first team left out. They're like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. I mean, still, like, outside of those, I mean, yeah, there really wasn't much that Cincinnati had on the table. I mean,
I'm being dead serious. At that point, with them putting in Cincinnati, if it was me in the position of a university, I'd go independent, schedule 1 top 10 team, and play 11 cupcakes. I'm guaranteed to be in, as long as I beat that 1 top 10 team. Might as well.
yeah. Not to mention, I mean, they struggled against who? They struggled against Navy. They struggled against Tulsa. Pointing out the close wins, by the way. And I mean, I guess it looks like that's it. But I mean, everybody.
There's a bunch of teams there's a bunch of teams they struggled against in the first half, and then widened the gap in the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put Notre Dame in without Cincy being in because Notre Dame blows Cincinnati's strength of schedule out of the water.
Yeah, but there's going to be those crybaby Cincinnati fans that nobody's going to want to hear from in the off season because of,
you know what? Fuck them, feed them fish heads. Cry.
Yeah, I would agree.
Cry me a river. I don't care.
Come get you some of this, bitch.
Yep, come get some. Just cry. Yep.
Other people have made this point too, and it is valid. Unless you have a 130 team playoff, somebody's going to bitch every year.
Oh, I know.
It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to be making some kind of complaint every year. Some fan base.
It's like Texas. It's like Texas A&M last year when Notre Dame got put ahead of them. Oh, well, our only loss was to Alabama. We beat everybody else. Y'all just don't want to see us get blown out again. That's what they were saying.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they would have got blown out again. I mean, it's hard to beat the same team twice. You don't see it a lot. I mean, obviously it happens, but you don't see it a lot.
That's true.
Outside of the Big 12, anyway. I don't care that Cincinnati has a head-to-head and a better record. It's a one-game better record, but you can't compare the competition each team played week in and week out, except for 1 week.
Yeah.
Like I say, here comes VicTube with the same thing. You can't put in Cincinnati, over Notre Dame. Yes, I can. That's why it's called an opinion. It's my opinion. You ain't gotta like it. It's my opinion.
Right.
All day long, I would have put, if it was me in that committee room, I would have put Notre Dame over them and said, come at me, bro. I don't care.
They officially released the 2022 Bama football schedule. We're done with the neutral openers, but we start out playing a home game with Utah State. We go to Texas, play ULM, play Vandy, at Arkansas, home against A&M, at Tennessee, mid-Tippy Tate, at LSU, at Ole Miss, whoever is that, Austin P, and then the Iron Bowl. Sarkeesian in Texas for Saban. With that, they got that Quinn Ewers kid at Texas now.
Ewers. Okay. That's not really going to help. I mean, Texas is as Texas does.
Hey, Texas going to have a hell of an O-line. I'll give them that.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I mean, they went 5-7 this year.
Maybe said 3 losses. Sorry, good.
Maybe they'll go 7-5 next year. Maybe they can flip it to 7-5.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, Jerry.
But it still wasn't that impressive.
But well, here's my question. Statement. Cincinnati's only impressive win is over Notre Dame. That's it. I'm not impressed by anything they've done this year.
Also beat Old Dominion Not that anyone really gives a damn about the Myrtle Beach Bowl, although it's a great place to go visit, but
Not really.
Who cares about the what bowl?
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, okay.
Myrtle Beach ain't that nice.
No.
It's like South Beach. I mean, South Beach in Miami's got, it's a synonymous name that everybody knows. South Beach ain't that nice.
That was better than Myrtle Beach, though.
They got the
I don't
Idaho.
know. Maybe.
South Beach is still better than Myrtle Beach. Yeah.
They got the Idaho Potato Bowl and the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl tomorrow. Kent State, Wyoming, UTSA, San Diego State.
You might be right, Vic. Maybe. I don't know. But definitely more shootings on South Beach than on Myrtle Beach. I'll say that.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay, so you're referring to shooting with cameras or with guns or both?
Damn. He got you there.
Both, since you want to put it like that. There's a bunch of old creeps on South Beach too, I'm sure.
Duke's Mayo Bowl, Battle of the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina. See, it's matchups like that where they might not be New Year's Six and they might be irrelevant bowl games. But for those teams, like you have two disappointing teams, especially North Carolina, really. But a Battle of the Carolinas in a game like that could be something.
Right.
I'm excited for the Peach Bowl with Michigan State and Pitt. I'm
not.
It's
the two best players from each team are out.
Kenneth Walker, and then is Kenny Pickett out?
Yes, Kenny Pickett's out.
Yes,
Oh
Kenny
my
Pickett.
God.
Kenny Pickett is a quitter.
Crap. Never mind the Peach Bowl. Who the hell wants to go to Atlanta anyway? I mean,
there's a real simple way to end all this opt-out crap.
Right. Ban it.
But no. But somebody has to be the asshole. You need the one guy that doesn't mind. Well, no. You need the one person to play, just be the bad guy in the situation, be the first one to do it, and then everybody else will fall in line. All you need is one university or athletic director. I would assume it would be the athletic director at the university to go, fine. You want to opt out of playing? A scholarship is a legal binding contract. You're deciding not to play. You got a week to be out of your dorm. Kick rocks, Strick.
Yep. Was it you saying that the other day, or was someone else saying the same thing?
Well, no, I didn't get that deep into it. I didn't get that deep into it, but I did bring up the fact that, and honestly, you could even go, if you want to be that much of an asshole about it, you can go after him for breach contract.
Yeah, that's true.
But you just need somebody to be that asshole.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you mean someone other than you mean?
Well, I'm not in a position to do that.
Twitter, that's what Twitter's for.
And they would never put me in that position because, just say for the sake of argument that I was Miami's athletic director 4 months ago when the fan base was hooting, hollering, and yelling, I'd have held a press conference. Right. And I'd have told every single one of them, shut the fuck up. We know what we're doing.
Ooh. Yeah, does Miami have an athletic director?
Yeah.
Asking if Miami actually has an athletic director.
I didn't know. I mean, well, I couldn't remember if they did or not. I thought.
Yeah, he held his press conference the day after Mario did his.
That's right, because I know that they hired Mario before they hired the new AD.
I would be the best head coach. Okay. The best. Number one, onside kicks every time. Onside kicks. Onside kicks.
All right, y'all. Well, it's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
Yeah.
And I just got home, so I'm fixing to get off here.
All right. Have a good one, man. Hey, Merry Christmas, too.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.
Thanks. Oh, that's true. Uncle Boy did say that. They'd be stripped from their scholarships.
Yep.
SEC Dog says, "Sup, everyone. I punched in Comedy Central on YouTube. This stream popped up."
Yeah.
What's up, man? What's up, SEC Dog? Anyone's welcome on. I see quite a few of you in the chat. I see Jerry, Traveling, ESO, SEC Dog, my good friend Uncle Boy, LW. Get someone else get in here, man. Vic and I are,
Yes. I think it's mostly just here, but
yeah.
it's mostly just typers now. But
Jax is closed after 6 on Christmas Eve. They're closed on Christmas Day and they're closed on New Year's Eve and normal business hours. I might go get me one of them white sauce sandwiches from Jack's.
Mhm.
I love that white sauce.
you love that white sauce.
Welcome to Alabama. What's up, Sam? Good to see you, buddy. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jada was in here earlier. Yeah, SEC Dog. Yeah, he was in here earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had quite a few of them actually, Jerry. Their subs are pretty good. I like the chicken tender one. They had this one. They had this one sub during Thanksgiving. It was turkey cranberry,
Oh, okay.
and honestly, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too. It was too much cranberry. Too much of it. I mean, it wasn't too bad though, but cut back. What you doing for Christmas, Vic? You just hanging out with friends and family?
Yeah, gonna be at home this year. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'll be at home too. Here in Alabama. You done at Wallace State till next year? Yes, till next year in 2022 of January. So, yes, until next year, I'm done. I know what you're asking, though. I'll be going back in the spring.
Yeah.
But technically speaking, though, yeah, I'm done for this
They,
year, and I won't go back until next year because
right.
it'll be 2022. That's fair. Oh man, it's already 9 o'clock.
I know it's already 10 o'clock.
Man, what a day.
Tell you what, I know if I could shift the time zones over one spot, I would do that. But
Would you go back or forward?
I would go. No, I would. No, I would go back. Yeah,
You try to go Central Time then, because I know you're in Georgia, right?
that's right. I would go back. That's right. I would make us go back 1 hour, and I would make y'all go back 2 hours. I
That'd be
mean,
great.
1 hour from where y'all are now. I mean, yeah, and
Yep.
give us 1 hour back. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, ESO. Thanks, buddy. Sea Dog said, or SEC Dog says 10 Tampa time. Yep.
I know, yeah, I know, yeah. It ain't easy living in Eastern time. Well, I mean, at night. Well, I mean, in the morning it's good, but at night it's not. But
Yeah. What you watching, Vic?
oh, I'm watching the Vikings Bears game.
Is that 17-3 Vikings? Is Fields? What's up with him this year, man?
What do you mean? What's up with him? What do you mean?
I mean, the Bears are just kind of. I mean,
Yeah, there's not any good. I know.
yeah,
Yeah, I was really wanting.
4-9.
Yeah, I know. I was really wanting the Bears to win this game because that would help the Falcons. But mm, yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bears.
Yeah.
Way. Okay.
Did you see the Raiders get that game-winning field goal over Cleveland tonight?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yep. Traveling Fool says nothing can help the Falcons. Oh yeah, you're probably right.
The curse of Georgia sports, man. I'm
Yeah, you're
sorry.
probably about that.
How do we do this, Vic? How do we undo the Georgia sports curse?
Well, I don't know. I think that the Braves already did their part. But
That's true. I'll give you that one. You beat the Astros, you won the World Series. Now it's the Georgia football curse, right?
now it's Georgia football's turn. That's right, and then it'll be the Falcons' turn next. Right, actually, no. Next, it'll probably be the Hawks' chance next, and then the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah, that Raiders game too. So the Browns and the Raiders they played tonight, and it looks like the Raiders won the game. It was very low scoring, a lot of defense when you look back at it. Um, and overall, man, just the offenses couldn't really do a whole lot. But the defenses, both of these defenses have been pretty good this year. When you look at them, it was 16-14 Raiders over the Cleveland Browns, and the Raiders have had one of the. I mean, Las Vegas is off to a heck of a start with this first season, and Las Vegas, man. Derek
Oh,
Carr,
oh
25
no,
of 38.
this is their second season in Las Vegas, but
Oh, that's right. They did start out last year, but still, I mean, they're off to a pretty good start, and they've had some wins. You know, you get the game-winning field goal here. Derek Carr, 25 of 38, 236 yards, a touchdown and a pick. You know, it wasn't looking too good for Cleveland really all of the game, but they were coming back in that third quarter. They get a touchdown. They're moving the ball. A lot of great defense, but again, I mean, first off, Baker Mayfield not playing in this game. It was is that Nick Mullins, 20 of 30, 147 yards and a touchdown. I still think, even if you had Baker Mayfield at quarterback, I still think the Raiders find a way to win the game.
oh, Crimson Brave says Clemson fans are better than new UGA fans. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but
Which, again, you know, Baker Mayfield out because of the COVID outbreak. We've had quite a few of them in the NFL, and it's getting to some of these star quarterbacks, and him having to sit out this game obviously hurt Cleveland. Which, you know, it's funny because I mean Cleveland had like 2 straight 0-16 years. They take him number 1 in the draft after his historic Heisman season with Oklahoma. He comes in. They get all these other guys. They get a Nick Chubb and Donovan Peoples Jones and all these other receivers. I mean, they just get it going, and things are going in a good direction for Cleveland. But you know, tonight not having him, um, you know, and quite a few actually. I mean, just a bunch of COVID in Cleveland, Ohio, and it getting to the players. So some had to sit out due to protocol, and it ultimately hurt them. Now, I'm not even surprised that I'm not surprised that the Raiders won this. I mean, they probably could have won even if Cleveland had the whole team. But the fact that Cleveland having quite a few guys out and still giving the Raiders some trouble, I think, you know, I think ultimately is what's really impressive. You know, I mean, look, the Raiders had more time of possession. They had more first downs and more yards. They had 2 turnovers. Ultimately, basically, the Raiders had enough offense to get it done, and especially to have that drive to go down there and kick the game-winning field goal. They were able to do that. But the Browns just having so much out tonight, not a good thing for them.
okay. Oh, okay. That means Clemson fans are new UGA fans. Okay, well I don't know about that, but
Maybe.
I don't think so.
But again, I mean, look, 16-14, that's a low score. And again, like I said, like this wasn't there was a lot of defense, which I mean at times there were. This was all because first off, the Browns do have that kind of defense, but the Browns having key guys out because of COVID killed them. Donovan Peoples Jones was the lead receiver for him, 4 receptions for only 48 yards. Now Nick Chubb went off, 23 carries, a rushing touchdown, and 91 yards. But ultimately, man, Nick Mullins, I mean, he didn't do too bad. 20 of 30 for 147 yards and a touchdown. But man, could you imagine if they have a full-on healthy Baker Mayfield out there
Yes,
leading this offense?
they would have won. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. But ultimately, on Monday Night Football tonight, it's not the case. The Raiders get the win, 16-14. Viva Las Vegas, 7-7 now. So are the Browns taking their 7th loss, and from Nevada to Ohio, the Raiders here going on the road and getting a big time victory. I would say.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't noticed any Clemson fans becoming Georgia fans. Have you?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I've seen that. Oh my God! What Crimson just called Clemson fans?
Tater dosing pitches.
That's bad.
Yes, Crimson Brave says one of them is around all the time.
Honestly, with all the COVID opt-outs that Cleveland had, I'm surprised they didn't cancel that game. That was crazy, man. They got a game tomorrow with Washington and Philly.
Crimson One of them is around all the time. I don't know. Is it talking about Hufferbilly Paw? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Or Pigskin Pete or Jordan
Probably
Bone.
Pete.
Or Jordan. I don't know. Yes, I know that Hufferbilly Paw has been hanging around the Georgia fans a lot, but I know he was a Clemson fan before the game, but then after the game, he became a Georgia fan because he had the Georgia blanket on after he was asleep. So
Like I mentioned earlier, not to get into the political aspects, LW says they're going to cancel a lot more games. It's fear mode again. I can actually kind of see that. I could see. Now, I don't think college football is going to do that, but of course, Roger Goodell in the NFL. I mean, are we going back into hiding now? Is that what's going to happen?
no,
I
no,
mean,
we're
with
not.
this new
No, we're
variant
not.
and everything.
No, we're not. We're not going back into hiding. No.
I mean, you got Joey Bosa's on the COVID list. You got Travis Kelsey. You
Yeah.
got Jared Goff. You got, I guess, Mayfield is who we were just talking about. I mean, you have all these players on this COVID list for the NFL. A lot of, and it's the big name players. It's not even second string. We're talking about starting receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks. It's crazy. I mean, look, I don't think the NFL is going to like shut down, but I would assume maybe they're going to change some things up and maybe take into like extra precaution or whatever some protocols, right? You
Yeah.
have to consider that. And I know that in the past when like this COVID stuff was going around last year, I know I had said some things. I know it's really serious. I mean, my grandparents a few months ago got it, and I mean, my grandfather didn't even get out of the bed. The whole house had a quarantine for a week, and I mean, it's it's some stuff, man, for sure. Did you just watch that punt for the Bears?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. It was partially blocked. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, but man,
Yeah. Wasn't a
the
complete.
Vikings defense standing them up. No
That's
Lou
right.
and Pete
Was
tonight.
no
Morning.
show
I guess
today.
is he
Yeah.
off this week for Christmas?
I guess so. Or Pete is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Pete is. Yeah, I think Pete was the one who canceled it, not Lou. But
Lou turning it. Oh my gosh.
there was no there was no morning show today because there was no Scott today, so to do the fake news. So we decided not to do it.
I would come on the show, but Lou thinks I'm a dick.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I've tried to apologize. I've tried to be nice to him and everything. I mean, I got a lot to thank him for, honestly. I mean, I just, I don't know what it was, man. I know he said some stuff, and especially that video of him talking stuff about Allison and Chess,
Yeah.
kind of set me over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, prior to all the drama, I mean, I thank him, and him letting me on the show every Friday, the laughs and everything. Remember how the Tinder thing was not very successful.
Oh yeah.
And then then I had that date.
Right. You started doing Facebook dates.
Yeah, still on it. I mean, he helped me out a lot, but and gave me good advice, but then somewhere along the lines, it just kind of it pissed me off that he was ripping on Chess. And what had happened was, we were doing the unprofessional sports show that one night, and I guess he was in the comments harassing Chess a little bit, and Chess had a rant. And what happened was Lou texted me saying, "You're not needed on the show anymore if you're going to let Chess do that. Bye."
Let Chess do what?
Lou was talking smack about Chess in the comments.
Right. So
Chess was trying to. I don't remember what was said.
So on
but
your
he was like making jokes, but
okay, right.
But it pissed Chess off to the point that he finally snapped.
Okay, so was it on the unprofessional?
Yeah, it might even still be up. I don't know.
That's right.
Like, I really don't know if it is or not.
Right.
Maybe it was it like our 1 year anniversary of the show? Hold on. J-Dub.
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. Now, no one is quite sure the reason. It could be that his shoes were too tight. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right. But I think the most likely reason of all was that the Grinch's small heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there hating the Who's, looking down on their town with a sour, Grinchy frown.
All right, the Bears ain't gonna do shit. I think I'm.
The Bears are wearing their stupid ass throwback uniforms, which I hate.
Yeah, those. Yeah, like those helmets.
Shut your cock, runner. Shut your cock, sucker. Doing a fucking show here. Once again, you group.
Yep, I found it. I found where he was cussing Lou out, and that's where it all went down.
I know they had that blocked punt started at the 30. Couldn't do anything with it.
So what? I mean, Fields isn't the issue, right? Like, is it clear the Bears need an offensive line and they need receivers? They just need an offense. They got their leader.
Right. They have a good defense.
Their defense is amazing.
Yeah, they got Roquan Smith and Khalil Mack and they got all those guys. Yeah.
Well, Matt, man, that's the guy right there.
Doing another show. It's like you're.
Jeff, you got any Christmas plans this week? Zawa.
You should file a claim.
Only reason I even hope Clemson makes the playoffs is I want to beat their ass again to get the 44-16 out of my. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we do have to get revenge on Clemson in a way, right? And the fact that they beat us like in a title game twice and we only beat them one time, don't we got to make that even? I mean, that's fair to say. Hey. Yeah. I mean, what's up, Lizard Circus? Merry Christmas to you. See you in here, Neo. Love all ya.
God bless the ends down in Iowa.
Anyway, I think I'm just gonna end it here, man. I've been on for quite some time and
Yes.
relax. Maybe watch a Christmas film tonight. It being the holidays and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for coming on, Vic.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on, Ballard.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry about that.
but if I don't see you again before then.
Yep. All right. See you, Jeff. See you, Vic. Love you guys, man. Happy Monday. A lot of people say they hate Mondays. Well, if you're like me, you don't really have to work, no school. It's kind of relaxed, right? Tomorrow is the first day of winter. So, I mean, I know some places are already getting snow. Don't think we're getting a white Christmas here in Alabama, but it's chilly. I'll tell you that much. I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing, amazing week ahead. Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more videos out this week. I don't know. We'll see. Really just Christmas stuff. Got to go to work. Spend time with the family. But we'll see what happens. I'll probably just get a small video wishing y'all Merry Christmas on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. But again, we'll see. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. And as always,
Roll down Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. Love y'all. Jesus loves you too. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from Ballard Sports Media. Woo!